All right, so this is not my typical video, so go people, many apologies. There will be no go in this, but there is a topic that I have to discuss, however, briefly, because of the experience that I got to enjoy this weekend while I was doing my taxes. If you are like me, maybe you are, maybe you're not, maybe you just know someone like me, viewed PayPal as something that was more or less just like an online banking system because they handle all your things. Bank transfers, credit card and debit transfers, you name it, they deal with it. They're accepted on many, many, many sites. So it was just like a one-stop shop for all of your transactions online. So in that regard, if you are like me or know someone like me, you may have just made a very big mistake this year when you were filing your taxes. I know I almost did, because you see, PayPal this year gave out a 1099-K to those living in the US. I do not specifically know or can comment about what they may or may not have done regarding anyone who lives outside the US, but for those living in the US, they gave you a 1099-K for any income coming into your account that exceeds a certain amount, which I believe was about $1,000. It could have been $1,500. I'm not entirely sure. It's a number like that, and that number is going to keep getting lower and lower, apparently, over the next couple of years, as far as I am aware, from my understanding. Now, why is this a problem? If you've got income, you obviously need to be taxed on it. You're just trying to avoid taxes, you might say. And no, you're wrong. Because one thing you might do, small businesses, small creators, whatever, who is using this service, good chance you have miscellaneous income that might be hitting your business that you might be using PayPal for, which means that independent work, you probably got a miscellaneous 1099 from them. It then hit your PayPal. Your PayPal just gave you another 1099-K. So you are getting, you're getting your income double reported. And if you weren't paying attention, it's really easy to have overpaid on your taxes this year. Or you might have underpaid because PayPal might be saying one thing, your records might be saying another. So you could be hit with penalties. If you're on the marketplace, that's going to throw you off too, and you're going to receive a penalty there as well. It's just going to make your life a living heck. Now, I need to be very, very careful here. I thought that was a little bit strange how they would do that, they would have income reported elsewhere also being reported through them. So obviously I called them up. That was an experience. I got my call mysteriously dropped twice. It was probably a technical glitch on their part somehow. But I finally got through to them, and they made it absolutely 100% clear. The people I talked to on the PayPal's end said that is a problem that you have to take up with your tax preparer. Okay, I do not know much about taxes. They're a big company. I assumed what I just heard was the truth. So I went to my tax preparer and I talked in this case to two different tax preparers. I talked to TurboTax and someone else I'm not going to name. And both of them said the same thing. After a lot of head scratching, they were like, yeah, PayPal shouldn't have done that. And then they had to explain how to go back and correct their mistake, because that income should never have been never should have been reported from PayPal. And that was a whole song and dance. It cost me money, obviously, to talk to the tax preparers to figure out how can I not get my income double reported? Because that would be bad, right? Obviously. And again, it's really easy to miss if you're on just autopilot while you're doing your taxes. You get form, you input form, you get form, you input form, because PayPal hasn't done this before this year, right? So if you know someone, like maybe a small creator, maybe someone with a small business that is, maybe routinely doing independent work, you might want to check in with them. maybe link them the video, this video here on the YouTubes, just so they know what's going on. And they hopefully can double check that they haven't made mistakes filing taxes this year. And they might have to also contact a CPA to figure out how to undo this mess that PayPal may or may not be responsible for them being into now. So I just wanted to go and put out a heads up there because this made my weekend an absolute crazy mess trying to undo all of this, and trying to unreport this and put that there. And it was just insane. So yeah, wanted to bring that to everyone's attention. If it helps even one person avoid penalties that might be coming their way from making mistakes on their taxes, then this video was worth it. And I hope you all have a great day.